Are you eating plenty of high-protein foods, exercising every morning, and still noticing your muscles just aren't what they used to be? You're not alone. I've met hundreds of men and women in their 60s and 70s, people who are doing everything right, eating lean meats, drinking protein shakes, walking every day, and yet, year after year, they still feel a little weaker. And here's the shocking truth: almost no one talks about. The problem isn't your age. It's not that you're lazy or not trying hard enough. It's that your body is missing something deeper, something regular protein simply can't replace. That missing link is collagen. Collagen is the invisible framework that holds your muscles, tendons, and joints together. Without it, the protein you eat can't rebuild muscle fibers. They start to fray, like an old rope coming apart strand by strand. By the time you reach 60, your body produces less than half the collagen it once did. That's why so many older adults feel weaker, slower, and take longer to recover, even after light activity. Meanwhile, the health industry keeps selling powders and bone broths, calling them miracle recovery drinks. But the truth is, most of them don't provide the real collagen your body needs. Today, I'm going to share the forgotten sources of collagen, proven by science to be several times more effective than bone broth, to help rebuild your muscles, restore your strength, and bring back the energy you thought was gone forever. Because building muscle after 60 isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming your independence, your vitality, and proving that your strength never truly disappeared. It's just been waiting to be awakened, one meal at a time. I want you to picture this: a construction site where a new house is being built. The workers are carrying bricks, cement, everything's ready. But without a steel frame, without scaffolding, no matter how many bricks you stack, that house will crumble the moment you start building the first floor. Your body works the same way. Protein, the bricks of your muscles, can only stay strong when they're held together by collagen, the biological cement nature gave us when we were young. But over time, that collagen quietly fades away, slowly, silently. And most people don't notice it until one day they just feel weaker. I've heard the same story from so many of my patients. "Doctor, I exercise regularly, I eat plenty of protein, so why are my muscles still shrinking?" Or they'll say, "I used to recover overnight. Now, 2 days later, I'm still sore." The answer lies in that missing scaffolding, collagen. Starting around age 25, the body begins to produce less and less natural collagen. At first, you don't feel any difference. But every single year, collagen production drops by about 1 to 2%. That might not sound like much, right? But add it up over time. By the time you turn 60, your body has barely half the collagen it had in your 20s. And that doesn't just mean more wrinkles or creaky joints. It affects every muscle fiber, every connective tissue, and even how your body recovers from the smallest movements. I once had a patient named Harold, 68 years old. He was one of the most disciplined people I'd ever met. Walked every morning, ate chicken breast, eggs, drank his protein shakes, yet he still complained that he was getting weaker. Climbing stairs made his legs shake, and his back hurt so much he had to sit and rest halfway up. I asked him, "Harold, do you know what really keeps those muscle fibers strong and upright?" He thought for a moment and said, "Protein?" I nodded. "That's part of it, but not the whole story. Your body is missing the framework. Most of us believe that getting enough protein is all it takes to stay strong. But the truth is, protein can't do its job without collagen. It's like having a pile of bricks with no mortar. The wall simply falls apart. And that's why so many people, even with perfect diets and regular workouts, still don't see the progress they expect. Think of your body like a bridge. When you're young, your collagen fibers are like brand new steel beams, tight, strong, and flexible. But over time, those beams start to rust. Not because you've done anything wrong, but simply because that's how aging works. And when the steel weakens, the bridge begins to tremble. You can still cross it, of course, but every step feels slower, shakier, and less stable than before. Your body works the same way. When collagen levels drop, your muscle tissue loses elasticity. Muscles shrink, tendons and joints weaken, and you begin to fall into a slow downward spiral, Fatigue, less movement, muscle loss, more weakness, even less movement. A study from Tufts University revealed something remarkable. The decline of collagen is one of the main hidden reasons older adults struggle to recover after exercise. It's not a lack of protein. It's because the connective tissue around your muscle fibers, which is made of collagen, has torn, and the body never truly repairs it. Think of it this way. You could eat 100 grams of protein a day, but without enough collagen, most of that protein simply passes through your system without ever being used to rebuild muscle. In other words, it's like pouring water into a leaky bucket. I remember a patient named Margaret, 73 years old. She used to be a nurse. She knew all about nutrition. Every morning, she started her day with a protein smoothie and 30 minutes of yoga. But one day, she told me, "Doctor, I feel like I can't even hold a teapot anymore. I still exercise, but I'm getting weaker." When I examined her, I found clear signs of collagen loss: dry skin, tight tendons, and slower muscle reflexes. I advised her to add collagen-rich foods to her meals, like fish skin broth, whole eggs, and green soups rich in vitamin C. After just 2 months, she came back and said, "I can hold my teapot without shaking again, and I'm finally sleeping better." That's something I've seen over and over again in my 30 years of practice. When collagen returns, strength returns. Scientists call collagen a structural protein because it doesn't just make up your skin, tendons, and ligaments. It builds the scaffolding around every muscle fiber. If protein is the cement, then collagen is the steel that holds it all together. Without steel, the wall cracks. Without collagen, the body trembles, the back aches, and every step feels less steady. That's why so many older adults say, "I eat well, I exercise, but I still feel weak," because they're trying to build a house, but they've forgotten the frame. Interestingly, the loss of collagen isn't just caused by aging. It also comes from chronic inflammation, something we often create ourselves by eating too much sugar, processed red meat, or not getting enough sleep. Your body is always forced to make a choice: fight inflammation or build muscle, and it will always choose to fight inflammation first. That means collagen production gets put on hold. Little by little, year after year, the collagen framework weakens and the body begins to tremble, lose balance, and become more prone to falls. I once asked a 75-year-old patient named Robert, "What do you think is making you weaker, age or habit?" He smiled and said, "Probably both." I told him, "No, it's your collagen asking to be repaired. All you have to do is give it the right materials, and it will rebuild itself." And that's exactly what he did. We added natural collagen sources to his diet: fish skin, leafy greens rich in vitamin C, and whole eggs. After 3 months, not only was he stronger, but he said to me, "Doctor, it feels like my legs remember how to walk again." I want you to understand this clearly. When you restore collagen, you're not just rebuilding muscle. You're reawakening your body's muscle memory. Between your muscles and your nerves, there's a communication bridge called the neuromuscular junction. When collagen weakens, that connection breaks down. That's why your hands shake, your reflexes slow, and your balance starts to fade. But when collagen is rebuilt, that bridge reconnects, and your body remembers how to move the way it once did. That's not magic. That's biology, the biology of hope. Do you remember the last time you truly felt strong? Maybe it was when you lifted your grandchild, or when you worked in your garden, or simply when you stood up from your chair without needing to hold on. Those moments haven't disappeared. They've just been asleep for a while. And collagen is what helps you wake them up again. I often tell my patients, age doesn't destroy your strength, your habits do. You can't stop time, but you can rebuild the framework that's kept you standing tall all these years. And the best part is, you don't need medicine. You don't need expensive powders. All you need is real food: a bowl of fish skin soup, a whole egg, and a handful of leafy greens each day. Those simple things slowly mend your collagen framework, pull your body out of that downward spiral of weakness, and help you reclaim something time never truly took away: your strength. I want you to imagine this. A man in his 70s, his hands trembling slightly as he holds a spoon, sitting quietly in front of a warm bowl of soup. He doesn't realize that inside that very bowl, if it's prepared the right way, lies the secret to regaining the strength he thought was gone forever. That secret doesn't come from medicine, and it doesn't come from expensive powders. It comes from real food, the same kind of nourishment humans relied on for thousands of years, long before supplements ever existed. Earlier, I mentioned that collagen is the framework that keeps your body strong. So the question is, how can you rebuild that framework after age 60? The answer is simpler than you think. You don't need anything fancy. You just need to return to the natural sources of nutrition that traditional medicine has known for centuries, and that modern science is only now beginning to confirm. One of the most powerful natural sources of collagen is something called fish skin broth. I know, it might sound unusual to some, but the truth is, people in Japan, Korea, and around the Mediterranean have been simmering fish skin in their soups for hundreds of years. And these are the very populations with some of the lowest rates of muscle loss, joint pain, and osteoporosis in the world. Modern science now backs this up. Collagen from fish skin has smaller molecules than the collagen found in beef or chicken, meaning your body absorbs it about 1.5 times more efficiently. When you drink fish skin broth, that collagen travels directly into your bloodstream, then to your muscles, tendons, and ligaments, where it literally repairs the fibers that have grown weak over time. A 2019 study from Japan found that older adults who took fish collagen daily for 12 weeks showed a significant increase in grip strength, walking speed, and a noticeable reduction in joint pain. After just 3 months, they moved faster, stood steadier, and recovered from exercise in nearly half the time it once took them. I had a patient named Rose, 4 years old. She once told me, "Doctor, I can't kneel in my garden to plant flowers anymore. Every time I bend my knees, it hurts." I suggested she drink 1 cup of fish skin broth every day, made simply by simmering salmon skin and bones with a little apple cider vinegar. She followed the advice, and 6 weeks later, she returned to my office with soil on her hands and a bright smile. She said, "Doctor, I'm back in my garden again. I thought I'd lost that part of my life forever." That's what collagen can do. It gives you back the little things that mean everything. There's another source most people overlook, but it's truly one of nature's hidden treasures: egg membrane. It's that thin, nearly invisible layer inside an eggshell. Most people peel it away, not realizing that this delicate membrane contains a perfect blend of collagen, elastin, glucosamine, and hyaluronic acid, all essential materials for rebuilding joints and muscles. According to a study published in Clinical Interventions in Aging, just 500 milliliters of egg membrane per day, the amount found in the inner layer of about 1 or 2 eggs, helped older adults significantly reduce joint pain and stiffness in only 10 days. After 2 months, their flexibility improved by nearly 40%. I like to call egg membrane the fabric that reconnects your muscles, because it doesn't just nourish the muscle, it restores the bonds between muscle, tendon, and ligament. But collagen can't work alone. It needs a partner, something that activates the rebuilding process. And that partner is vitamin C. Vitamin C is the spark that allows your body's enzymes to link collagen fibers together. Without it, collagen remains just raw material, never assembled into strong tissue. That's why I always tell my patients, let fruit be part of every collagen-rich meal. A slice of orange, a few pieces of bell pepper, or a handful of strawberries. That's all it takes to switch on collagen, making it work several times more effectively. And here's something equally important. Timing matters. Your body absorbs collagen best when your muscles need recovery. That means right after exercise or before bedtime. After a walk, a yoga session, or a few light stretches, a warm cup of fish skin broth acts like a repair crew, traveling through your body, mending every tired muscle fiber, starting the healing process right away. Many people ask me, "Doctor, do I need to take collagen powder?" And my answer is always, not necessarily. If you can cook it, cook it. If you can eat it, eat it. Older adults actually absorb collagen better from real food because real food comes with enzymes, minerals, and fiber that help your body digest and use it completely. A bowl of vegetable soup made with fish broth, a boiled egg, yolk and all, and a glass of orange juice. That's the perfect collagen recovery meal you can make every single day. I remember one of my 80-year-old patients, Frank, once told me, "Doctor, I don't believe in all that nutrition talk anymore. I've been drinking collagen powder for a year and still feel weak. I smiled and asked, "Do you remember the soup your mother used to make?" He laughed. "Oh yeah, fish skin, seaweed, and a little bit of celery. I ate it all the time when I was young." I said, "Then start there." 3 months later, Frank came back, no cane in his hand. He said, "Maybe my body just needed to remember how to be strong again." You see, the human body never forgets how to heal. It just needs to be nourished with what's real. Collagen isn't a miracle drug. It's a reminder that your body is still working, still rebuilding, as long as you give it the right materials. Think of collagen as an old craftsman who needs good tools. You can't ask him to build a house with empty hands. But if you give him wood, steel, light, and time, he'll rebuild the home, just as strong as before. So each day, give your body that chance. A cup of warm fish skin broth, a whole egg, a few pieces of fresh fruit, a good night's sleep, so your collagen can renew itself, and a bit of faith that your body still knows how to be strong. I often tell my patients, age is not the end of strength. It's simply a reminder to learn how to care for your body in a new way. Because true strength doesn't come from the gym or from protein powders. It comes from the consistency of small habits, the simplicity of real meals, and the quiet belief that your body still has so much life left to restore. I want you to pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and think about your own body. How many years has it been by your side? It's carried you through illness, loss, and long winters. And yet, here it is, still trying every single day to help you wake up, move, and keep going. That is not a weak body. That is a faithful body, one that's simply waiting for you to care for it again, to nourish it, and to give it a reason to be strong once more. I know, when you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, there are mornings when you wake up feeling heavy. Your legs feel stiff, your back aches, your hands tremble. And somewhere in your mind, a quiet thought whispers, maybe I really am getting old. But I want you to hear this, not from a doctor, but from a friend. Your strength hasn't disappeared. It's just resting, waiting to be awakened. One meal, one step, one small choice at a time. We've walked quite a journey together. From learning that protein alone isn't enough, to discovering collagen, the invisible framework that keeps your body standing tall. From scientific research to real stories of the patients I've cared for. Rose, who knelt in her garden again. Frank, who climbed the stairs without a cane. Linda, who could sit and sew for hours without back pain. There were no miracles in their stories, only bodies that were loved the right way, with real food, real faith, and real consistency. I want you to remember this. The human body was made to renew, not to decline. Every cell in your muscles, your bones, your heart knows how to heal if you simply give it the right materials. Collagen is just one piece of that story, but it's the piece most of us have forgotten for years. Now you know. The difference isn't your age. It's how you choose to nourish yourself. I often tell my patients, there's no such thing as too late to start again. Your body doesn't need youth. It needs belief and the right kind of care. So tonight, as you sit down for dinner, take a moment to look at your plate and ask yourself, will this meal help me rebuild my strength? And if there's a bowl of fish broth, a whole egg, or a handful of green vegetables, then the answer is yes. Because you've just fed a part of yourself, a part that's still longing to be strong again. Now I want to hear from you. How old are you? Among the collagen sources I shared today, fish skin broth, egg membrane, or vitamin C, which one would you like to try first? Or maybe you already have your own secret to staying strong and healthy every day. Write your answer in the comments below. My team and I at Over 60 Health Tips read every single one because we truly believe your story could be the light that guides someone else. Right now, somewhere out there might be someone feeling tired, thinking it's too late to change. And your story might be the one that helps them believe hope still exists. If this video made you smile, if it reminded you that it's never too late to get strong again, please tap like, so YouTube can share this message with even more people. Share this video with your family and friends, especially those who need a gentle reminder that their bodies can still recover. And don't forget to subscribe to Over 60 Health Tips so you don't miss the upcoming videos, where I'll continue sharing more scientific insights, real-life stories, and simple everyday meals that can truly transform life after 60. Because after all, strength doesn't fade with age, it just falls asleep. And your job is to wake it up. I'm Dr. William Carter, and this is Over 60 Health Tips, where age doesn't define you. Health, faith, and persistence do. So slow down, eat real food, and believe this, your body has never abandoned you. It's just been waiting for you to care for it again. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Over 60 Health Tips so you won't miss our weekly nutrition advice.